Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very exciting video, as usual. Aren't they all exciting? Today I'm going to be talking about should you cut your hair? Should you do it? Should you cut your hair? It feels like a big commitment for a lot of people, and for a long time it was like very scary for me. So I wanted to go through sort of the decision-making process that I went through in deciding to cut my hair. And actually right now my hair is the shortest it's ever been. I got it cut last week and I'm absolutely loving it. Like, best haircut ever. If you saw my Instagram, I posted, I was like, I have a bob, because like essentially I do have a bob right now. And right now this is just like my natural hair texture, a little bit wavy, a little bit curly-ish, wavy I would say. I wanted to do this because as soon as I cut my hair, the #1 comment I was getting was like, I want to cut my hair too, but like I don't know, or I've always wanted to cut my hair but I'm too scared. And the biggest thing that I really was trying to like get across to people when they would say this to me is it's just hair. It's really not a big deal. What was really holding me back for a really long time from cutting my hair was like my hair was a security blanket. I felt really comfortable with having really long hair. It was a thing that I got a lot of compliments on, because when you grow your hair to like an obscene length, people are like, whoa, your hair's really long. Like, is that even a compliment? I don't know. But I felt really uncomfortable with the idea of cutting it. So eventually I realized how much I was depending on it for confidence and how much of a security blanket it really was for me. And that's when I decided to cut it. I was over it. You know, I was done having it as a security blanket. But I kind of listed a few things that I would like take into consideration if I were you guys. That's very loud. If you want to cut your hair, if you're considering it. First thing I want to say though, that's not even on my list, but I just thought of, it is going into summer where I live, okay? It is almost summer, and summer is the time to cut your hair, or spring. Like right now is the time to cut your hair, because not having a lot of hair during the summer is literally the best thing ever. I cut my hair last August and it was like the best decision I've ever made. I had been like debating cutting my hair, been like going back and forth in my mind, and then for about a month and a half I was like solid set on wanting to cut it. And that's kind of when I knew for sure that it was something that I was gonna do. If I'm really set on something, I'll think about it all the time for like a month, and that's how I was feeling about my hair at the time, and that's how I knew I needed to cut it all off. But I started with like super long hair, and then I cut it to like just my collarbone when I graduated high school, which was like not a good shape for my face. It just like did not look good. 5 years later, I cut it short. So there you go. The first thing I should say with cutting your hair is that it is not less work than having long hair. The thing about long hair is that you can just pull it back into a ponytail or pull it back into a bun. And that was like sort of my go-to look before when I had long hair. So I don't want to say that having short hair is easier, because I really don't think it is. Like when you have a bad hair day, when you have short hair, it's kind of hard to hide that. I mean, you come up with ways and you kind of figure out what to do, but for the most part, when you have short hair, it's a little bit harder to hide. But I forgot to mention, I also have fewer bad hair days. So it's like it levels itself out, you know? And there aren't as many options for styling. Don't get me wrong, there's still so many options. There are still so many things that you can do to your hair, but it's just there's just not as many options, and that's just something to take into consideration. I also would recommend looking at like inspiration photos, so like different people's hair that you like, celebrities, friends, whoever. I really didn't have any idea what I wanted when I first cut my hair, but I trust my hairdresser. I've been going to see her for many, many years. And so when I told her I just like wanted a chop, she kind of just did like a generic chop for me. And then from like then until now, I've sort of been developing my own style, or what I want my hair to look like. Oh, there's people. And I've always been sort of easygoing with my hair. Like I don't really style my hair. I don't really do anything to my hair. The way my hair is when I wake up is usually how it looks throughout the day. Like I don't really heat style. I bought my first hot tool that I've ever owned as an adult like literally like 2 days ago, and it's a straightener. Don't have a blow dryer, and before that I never had anything. So I really like let my hair do what it wants to do. What was the point of saying this? I can't remember. Oh, that's what I was saying. I don't know how I got off on that tangent. And at this point my hair is very blunt, and it's sort of trial by and error. You kind of have to go through an awkward phase with your hair of like figuring out what looks good, what doesn't, and what you like and what you don't like. For me, I really love that like blunt look. That's what I have now. I did like the angled bob. I've done this now, and I think like this is where I want to stay for at least till the end of summer, because that's kind of what I'm feeling at the moment. When you're looking at inspo pics, sometimes it can be like really, it can be great, but it can also be really like false advertising. For instance, okay, if you're taking inspiration, so say for example, someone like me is taking inspiration from someone who has like pin straight hair and it's super dark and their bob, and I'm like, oh, I want that. Well, your hair's not gonna look like that because I don't have pin straight hair and I don't have black hair either. So looking at people with like similar hair textures to you, similar hair colors, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're wanting and how it will look on you. And also having a hairdresser you trust is really important as well. I would just say it's just hair. You know what I mean? Like, even if it doesn't look good, which if it doesn't, no big deal. Like, it's really not a big deal. Hair grows. Even if you say that your hair grows slowly, your hair will grow. And so, you know, if you're not 100% sold on the idea of cutting your hair, then don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't. But if you're like, yeah, I want to do it, even if it's kind of impulsive and you're like, I want to cut my hair, just do it. And if you don't end up liking it, that's fine. It will grow out, and like in a month your hair will look totally different. So I just wouldn't think too far into it. Like, if you're watching this video, you're obviously considering cutting your hair. Just do it if you really are considering it. Like, even if you have the slightest hint of an idea that you might want to do it, just do it. Like, it's been really popular right now, so a lot of people are cutting their hair, and I haven't seen anyone with this kind of hairstyle that looks bad. Like, I just haven't seen anyone where I'm like, that doesn't look good. Like, it's sort of that universal hairstyle that looks good on everyone. Everyone can pull it off, and you make it your own, you know? Even if you just like cut it to your shoulders, start there and then like work your way up if you want. Or if you don't end up wanting to cut it anymore, that's totally fine too. So I just wouldn't take it too seriously. It's just hair. It's gonna grow back. Worst comes to worst, you can get a wig or extensions or wear your hair in a little ponytail for a couple months. Not a big deal. Like I said, I've had a very positive experience with having short hair, but you gotta just do your own journey, walk your own path, figure out what works for you. I hope this inspired some of you. If you have recently cut your hair, or if you're planning on it, let me know. Like I said, this is the shortest my hair has been in my adult life, and I freaking love it. Like, I just feel so laid back and easy, and like my hair just works. It just like does its thing, and I like it. And I bought a straightener, like a real adult, and I like straightened my hair once. It's pretty exciting. So let me know what you guys think about this video, if it helped you, if it helped you make a decision. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!